Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Dr. Terry Dubrow issues caution to Hollywood. Trying to pursue perfection can ruin careers, plus Heather says she only opts in for non-surgical solutions. Dr. Terry Dubrow, the famed plastic surgeon known for his work on Botched and Real Housewives of Orange County, is sounding the alarm on Hollywood's obsession with youth and surgical perfection. In a candid interview with Fox News Digital, Dubrow warned that both celebrities and everyday people are pushing cosmetic procedures to dangerous extremes. Aging is becoming a disease, Dubrow said as he discussed the unhealthy pursuit of flawlessness that's gripping both social media and the entertainment industry. Some people do have a certain amount of BDD, body dysmorphic disorder, he explained, and I think there's a spectrum of it, and some people, not necessarily celebrities, but some people just may do plastic surgery for not the greatest reasons, and they're trying to pursue perfection. He believes a major driver of this trend is social media's filtered reality, and now the growing influence of artificial intelligence. Everybody is portraying, as you know, through filtering and other processes. Now AI, of course, is going to be influencing that, idealized versions of themselves. And celebrities are now transparent, admitting to plastic surgery and are looking really good, Dubrow said. Despite the increasing normalization of cosmetic work, Dubrow cautions that altering your appearance too drastically can backfire, especially in Hollywood, where your image can define your entire career. If you're a female celebrity who's gotten older, it's okay to look a little different, just as long as you don't do the sort of Jennifer Grey thing, he said, referring to the Dirty Dancing star who famously underwent a nose job that left her virtually unrecognizable. You go from looking one way on Dirty Dancing, having your nose done, and then you're out of the industry because you changed your whole look. Jennifer Grey herself acknowledged the impact of that decision in her memoir, Out of the Corner, writing, "Overnight I lose my identity and my career." On the flip side, Dubrow pointed to actors like Brad Pitt as examples of aging gracefully and subtly. "Brad Pitt looks unbelievable," he said. "What I love about the way Brad Pitt looks, and I have no inside information about Brad Pitt, is he looks like Brad Pitt. He looks unaltered. If you did anything to alter Brad Pitt's Brad Pittness, even if he looked good, it would be a fail. Because what are you going to do to make Brad Pitt look better?" While Pitt hasn't confirmed any procedures, he told NDTV in 2022, "I could say I eat well, but I don't. I could say I meditate, but not really. I would say I've got a lot of lovely people in my life and I stay creative." Another name Dubrow praises is Lindsay Lohan, noting that whatever she's had done was really, really good. He added, "Whatever she's done was done really well. I think whatever she's does, it's worked." Lohan, 39, hasn't confirmed surgery, but earlier this year told Elle, "Everyone does Botox." She's also been open about having Morpheus 8, a microneedling treatment, and credits her dermatologist for her look. Heather Dubrow, Terry's wife and fellow Real Housewives star, also chimed in on the pressure of maintaining a youthful appearance, especially under the scrutiny of HD television. "I'm as vain as the next person. Being on high-definition television at this age is not for the faint of heart," she said, adding that she's always opted for the non-surgical solutions to anti-aging. But Heather's focus has shifted towards strength and longevity, rather than image alone. "I want to be like a fit mom, meaning I want to have longevity," she said. "I remember seeing a picture of Goldie Hawn a few years ago, and she had her granddaughter in a backpack. She was in her 70s, and I was like, that's what I want. I'm not looking at pictures of the girls on the beach in the bikini going, ooh, that's a nice butt. I'm going, look at her with her granddaughter on her back, and she is fit, and she's moving, and she's flexible, and she's alive. That's what I think about." Under the dazzling lights of Los Angeles, where camera flashes pop like champagne bubbles and perfection is the currency of survival, Dr. Terry Dubrow is sending a message to Hollywood that is equal parts warning and reality check. Perfection might just be the very thing that ruins you. The famed plastic surgeon and star of Botched has seen it all. Celebrity makeovers gone right, careers resurrected by a subtle touch, and the tragic fallout when ambition to look perfect turns into an obsession that swallows everything in its path. And now, as the entertainment industry races to keep up with ever-shifting beauty standards and the hyper-filtered ideals of social media, Dubrow is sounding the alarm louder than ever. Hollywood thrives on reinvention, Dubrow explains, his tone both matter-of-fact and tinged with empathy. But there's a dangerous tipping point. The moment you start chasing perfection instead of embracing your best self, you put your career and your mental health at risk. You stop looking like you, and in this business, losing your identity is career suicide. The pursuit that turns poison. Dubrow has spent decades inside the inner sanctum of celebrity beauty culture. He's worked on actors whose faces have graced billboards from Sunset Boulevard to Times Square, and on reality stars whose every angle is scrutinized on Instagram within seconds of a post. He's watched stars try to turn back the clock with subtle enhancements, only to later spiral into a cycle of tweaks, lifts, and fillers until their once recognizable features are nearly unrecognizable. When you start erasing the little imperfections that make you unique, Dubrow says, you also erase the authenticity that makes people connect with you. Perfection is sterile. Sterile doesn't sell. His words sting because they ring true. Hollywood history is littered with cautionary tales, actors whose faces became frozen masks, singers whose new look alienated longtime fans, and influencers whose constant transformations made them appear like strangers in their own feeds. Dubrow's concern isn't just about the optics, it's about the human being behind the camera-ready facade. When you lose your sense of self in pursuit of this mythical perfect look, it doesn't just hurt your career. It erodes your confidence, your relationships, and sometimes even your livelihood. Heather Dubrow, the non-surgical advocate. While Terry delivers his warnings to the operating table side of the industry, his wife, actress and former Real Housewives of Orange County star Heather Dubrow, has carved her own philosophy, one that keeps her comfortably away from surgical interventions. Heather, known for her sleek style and age-defying presence, has always been candid about her approach. "I'm all for looking and feeling your best," she says, "but my rule has always been, no going under the knife unless it's medically necessary. There are so many non-surgical solutions now that can give you a boost without changing the core of who you are." Her go-to methods include advanced skincare, laser treatments, and the occasional dab of Botox, but she steers clear of anything that fundamentally alters her facial structure. "For me, it's about maintenance, not reinvention," Heather explains. "I want to look like the best version of me, not someone trying to play a role they weren't cast for." A united front in a cutthroat industry. Together, the Dubrows form an unusual but powerful duo in the beauty and entertainment world. Terry, the surgeon who knows when to say no, and Heather, the actress who proves you don't have to go under the knife to keep up with the Hollywood glare. Terry often praises Heather's approach as an example of balance. "Heather understands that the secret is enhancement, not transformation," he says. "She uses modern treatments strategically, and that's why she looks incredible without looking artificial." Heather, in turn, applauds her husband for being a voice of reason in an industry that often rewards excess. "It takes courage to tell someone no when they're willing to pay for more," she says, but Terry's always been about the person, not the paycheck. The rise of unrealistic standards. The couple's message comes at a time when the pressure to look flawless is reaching new extremes. Social media has blurred the line between real life and edited perfection, with filters, AI touch-ups, and face-altering apps setting beauty standards that are literally unattainable. 15 years ago, actors were comparing themselves to other humans, Terry says. Now they're comparing themselves to digital avatars. How do you compete with something that doesn't even exist in reality? Heather nods in agreement, adding, "That's why I stick to what's real. I've got kids, daughters especially, and I want them to know beauty isn't about chasing some impossible image. It's about self-care and self-confidence."